Welcome to Moving to Portugal Daily, Episode 1. I'm Mateus Costa. Today we dive into Why Incorporate in Portugal, a practical D7, D8 income and banking blueprint with practical steps to help you relocate smarter and live better in Portugal. Hook. I get this question almost every day. If I form a Portuguese company, will CEF and the banks accept my income and make my D7 or D8 case bulletproof? The honest answer is, sometimes it helps, sometimes it complicates things. Let's be blunt up front. Incorporation is not a guaranteed shortcut, and it comes with costs, accounting, and tax responsibilities. But when used correctly, a legal presence can supply the cleanest income proof and unlock local banking options that many nomads struggle to access. Promise. In the next 9 minutes, I'll give you 3 practical pathways you can choose from, a concrete checklist of the documents CEF and banks accept, and a 6-question decision test so you can decide if incorporation will help or hurt your particular case. Section 1. Quick primer and the decision test. First, the 3 realistic pathways, explained simply. 1. Operate as a non-resident sole trader using the Recibo Verde system. That's the simplest. You register with a NIF, issue certified invoices, and pay simplified taxes. Pros: fast to start, low setup cost, minimal ongoing accounting for low incomes. Cons: some banks see irregular freelance invoices as weaker proof, and long-term tax and social security rules can be messy if you become resident. 2. Form a Portuguese Lda, a private limited company. Pros: robust local legal presence, easier to separate salary and distributions. Banks and landlords often treat an Lda as more professional. Cons: higher upfront and recurring costs, mandatory accounting, payroll if you draw salary, and possible tax obligations you must manage carefully. Expect a few hundred to a few thousand euros in the first year once you include accounting and payroll costs, and allow a couple of weeks to a month for formal registration if you have documents in order. 3. Operate through a foreign company presence or branch. That's practical if you already have a company abroad and want to avoid opening a full Lda. Pros: can be faster for existing businesses, sometimes better for VAT and international billing. Cons: banks and CEF may demand extra paperwork to prove a real operational presence in Portugal, and cross-border tax rules can be complex. All 3 are valid paths. The right one depends on your income consistency, client base, and tolerance for accounting. Now the decision test. 6 questions you should ask before you form anything. 1. Is your monthly income consistent for at least 6 months? 2. Do you have runway to cover setup and recurring accounting costs? 3. Are most of your clients outside Portugal or within the EU? 4. Do you need Portuguese banking now, or can you start with international accounts? 5. Are you planning to claim NHR or change tax residency soon? 6. Are you willing to maintain transparent payroll and accounting records? If you answered no to more than 2, start simple. Document freelance invoices and get a bank pre-qualification before forming an Lda. Section 2. Practical Setup Checklist and Operational Blueprint. If you move forward, here's what CEF and banks routinely look for. A Portuguese NIF, company registration certificate or solo freelancer registration, certified invoices or receipts, recent bank statements showing consistent inflows, contracts with clients, payroll records if you pay yourself a salary, and tax filings or proof of social security payments where applicable. Scan everything and keep dated folders. CEF officers often prefer tidy, time-stamped records. Setup steps. Get your NIF first, then decide the legal structure. Open a bank account with written pre-qualification if possible. Register with Social Security if you'll be paying contributions. Set up certified invoices with a local billing system. And hire a simple accountant who will provide standard monthly accounting and annual filings. Don't DIY complicated payroll unless you're confident. A basic monthly accounting package is often worth the cost for CEF-proof documentation. Operational Blueprint. How to show sustainable income. Invoice on a steady cadence, ideally monthly or biweekly. If you're the owner of an Lda, document a regular payroll amount that you can justify in contracts and bank statements. Keep client emails and meeting logs that corroborate invoice dates, and avoid large one-off transfers that look like gifts or loans. For CEF interviews, prepare a one-page narrative tying client contracts to invoices and bank statements. Short, factual, and consistent. Section 3. Tie-ins to habits, appearance, and communication that build real trust. Small personal details matter. Show up to bank and CEF meetings groomed and on time. Use a clear subject line on emails like invoice, client name, March 2026, and attach the contract. And learn a few Portuguese phrases for greetings. A simple bom dia builds rapport quickly. Keep your calendar of client calls and invoices handy. Officers appreciate a pattern they can follow. A common Nomad mistake I see: someone rushes to set up an LDAD because they think it's a silver bullet. Then they miss timely tax filings or under-budget accounting. That triggered a tax review, delayed their residency decision, and cost months and thousands in retroactive fees. The small pivot that saved them was stepping back, proving 3 months of consistent invoicing as a sole trader, getting a bank pre-qualification letter, and then forming the LDAD later with an accountant's timeline. The lesson? Avoid rushing the legal step before you confirm the operational benefits. Immediate action. A 48-hour checklist you can do now. 1. Start your NIF application or confirm you have it. 2. Pull your last 3 months of invoices and bank statements and scan them. 3. Email one Portuguese bank for a written pre-qualification or account requirements. 4. List your top 3 clients and the billing cadence. 5. Contact a local accountant for a quick feasibility call. A 1-hour consult will save you time and money. 6. Draft a 1-paragraph income narrative that ties contracts to how you invoice. Recap and CTA. Quick recap. 3 pathways. Recibo Verde for simplicity, LTDA for stronger local presence, and foreign company presence for existing businesses. Run the 6-question decision test before deciding. Follow the setup checklist, keep tidy records, and use everyday habits, punctuality, grooming, clear communications to build credibility. If you want a plug-and-play set of templates and the exact document checklist I use with clients, get the Portugal Incorporation and Income Toolkit inside the Nomad Life Success course. It includes invoice templates, the CEF-ready document list, a bank pre-qualification email script, and a short workbook for the 6-question decision test. Portugal isn't just a destination, it's your optimized new beginning. That's your daily Portugal blueprint. Start applying one thing this week.